Fuck that. It's an order. Everybody gonna have to wear their mitri to camp today, except this guy. We gotta get him a mitri. And we're gonna do our measurements for our garments. That's an order. We gotta have our garments and mitri. Thus saith Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, and the government. Oh, I'm live. I'm live. Shalom. Everybody doing? Shalom, shalom, yasharala. The water to those who are tuned in. Everybody get in here, get this milk. Torah portions today, this morning. So what we're going to do is monologue for a little bit like usual. And then go into prayers and then go into Torah portions. So to them who are out there, who are watching, Baba Kasha, listen and learn. Let me pull a couple of precepts, but first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, and I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Shema Yasharala Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Akkad. It means Hero Israel. The Lord our God is one Lord. Okay. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So, a lot is going on in Israel right now. Let's pull some precepts on this to get more of an understanding. Share the screen. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. This precept is also often used righteously in many different ways because it's allegoric. And surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. You get a lot of friendships and relationships that are really, mostly taken advantage of in an aspect in this truth, even in the world. But mostly I'm talking about in this truth, relationships are taken out of context for one. You got to understand what a friendship is according to the scriptures, and everybody got to also learn how to test the spirit by the spirit. Now, coming out of the world into the truth, people also bring the world into the truth, not understanding that now you must put off that old man. It's that old man in you that is oppressed. The new man, that spirit is willing. The flesh is not. And a lot of people bring their old man into this truth instead of killing him. You know, um, let me go somewhere on my phone real quick, just to give y'all an example of what I'm talking about. Uh, the water to Zaquan Aish over there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Matter of fact, we're gonna be visiting him in New Mexico next week. We leave Wednesday out there. So shout out to that brother, there's Zaquan who been in the truth, working in this truth for many years. I say probably about 20. I may be wrong, but 15 to 20 years, he been laboring in his truth, man. You're always supposed to be among them who labor in the truth. You always visit them. that is the law. You know what I'm saying? Um, let me find this. Where you at? Boom. Click over here. So let me tell you a little something about the old man. There was a battle of two wolves. This is a Gadite's tale. Gadites like to tell you. This is a Gadite tale, a so-called native Indian. There is a battle of two wolves inside us. One is evil. It is anger, jealousy, greed, resentment, lies, inferiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth. Lack of empathy means you're a narcissist. Okay, but empathy and truth. Okay, remember that. The wolf that wins is the one you feed, and you starving the other one. You keep feeding this one. That is the one that is winning. So, which wolf are you feeding? And this is the oppression that maketh the wise man mad. That's the old man you keep feeding, because you bringing this old man into the truth and that old woman into the truth. You're not leaving anything behind. You're not coming with any good, good favor, or you know, you're ingenuous. You're not very genuine. You're coming into a relationship with brothers and sisters, and you're not actually being genuine. Ingenuous you are. So surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, because you're not coming in here with faith, good faith, into this truth, with joy, and not giving brothers and sisters the benefit of the doubt. It is truth. You got people who are catered, kills them. Now, them. Let me go somewhere real quick. Let me go here real quick. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 6. And hey, always take notes of these precepts that I'm giving you guys and that I'm bringing out, because you learn through the precepts. All right. The Proverbs 27 and 6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of the enemy are deceitful. All right. Meaning the wound feelings, or the truth. So the wounds, faithful is the truth. Faithful are the truths. Faithful are the hurt feelings that you feel, right? So faithful are the wounds of a friend. Your friend just coming and he hit you, and you know what I'm saying? He just hit you every which way. But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. It's because they're sitting there telling you it's okay. And you know, women do that to each other all the time. Girl, don't listen to him. It's all right. Those are the kisses. They feel good. Kisses are the gift that you get from your friends and your loved ones and there's truth people in your family. Those are kisses. They're just, you know what I'm saying, just patting the wounds. I forget how you say it. They're just, you know what I'm saying, they're just covering up the wounds. They're not healing the wounds. All right. The truth is healing your wounds. But faithful are the wounds of a friend, a friend. But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. So those who are not telling you the truth, those who are not giving you what you need, those are your enemies. Those are the ones that's telling you it's okay when it actually really isn't. Okay? I gotta make my screen go a little longer because it just cuts off all the time. You're messing with me all the time. So the wounds are the hurt feelings or the truth. Why do a friend wound his friend? It's because they need tough love. It sounds like I'm trying to hurt you, but at the end of the day, it's for your own good. Right? Remember, they say open rebuke is better than secret love. And that's that gift, it's that secret love. But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Right? And in this truth, these kisses are causing somebody to be oppressed because they're not getting a friend. They're not getting somebody that's telling them the truth. And a lot of people hate the truth. But faithful are the wounds of a friend. You be thinking that I'm mean. You be thinking, man, you're just so cruel and you're so nasty. It's not, man. I'm telling you the truth and you don't want to hear it. And some of y'all can't handle the truth. But take the truth the way it comes. And I had to learn to take the truth. The truth hurts sometimes, man. It's just because you know it's true and you don't want nobody else to figure it out, man. You don't want them to figure out that part of you. Like, damn, he just got me. But you got to learn to take it and humble yourself down. It's because y'all don't want to humble yourself down to the truth. You don't want to humble yourself. The Most High hates that. He hates that. This is Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. And what's the secret love? Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. That's that secret love. The lies. Those are lies. And that's why people are being oppressed in this truth. Because you want people to lie to you and kiss your wounds. You want people to kiss your wounds, man, instead of just, hey, man, this is going to hurt, but it's the truth. That's the friend that's going to tell you the truth, man. Hey, bro, blah, blah, blah. Even your wives, man, they hate the truth because in the world, people kiss their wounds. And they're so used to people giving them gifts. Got to be able to take that, ladies. You got to be able to take that tough love. Faithful are the wounds of a husband. Faithful are the wounds of a brother. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. But the kisses of a brother, but the kisses of a husband, but the kisses of a friend are deceitful. Those are your enemies, the ones that are not willing to tell you the truth, how it comes out. Sometimes it is the way it is. The way it comes out is the way it comes out. Your husband can be an enemy. Your friend can be an enemy. Your brother can be an enemy. And to the wives, your husband is your friend, your husband, and your brother. That's how a relationship builds. And you know, when you if you grew up with siblings and you have a sister, is that's the relationship, man. You never want to lie to your sister. You always want to tell her the truth. And growing up, ladies, you grew up with brothers. You were used to them telling you the truth all the time, even though it hurts. But you respected it. You got to respect your husband telling you the truth just how it is. Just how you took it from your cousins that are men and your brothers that are men. You respected them telling you the truth and you humbled yourself to listen to them. The same thing goes for your husband. But you're finding it very hard to take. You don't like it. And you causing the kids that are around you and your cousins and your friends that are around you and the wives from other that has husbands and stuff around you to be sinners because they're not going to take it either. Just saying. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And that goes to that oppression in those kisses. Better is the end of it, where it's no more, where nobody's doing that no more to you. And that's what's going on in Israel right now. People are not getting over things so it can end, so we can get through with this. So we can get together and this doctrine can be fully structured. And we can come together. Nobody is willing because of the old man is in the way, and that old man is learning to use scriptures and the Bible to justify itself. You keep feeding that old wolf and not the new one because you're in your pride and you think you're right and you're not. If you're not willing to come to the table and sit down and discuss doctrines, you're feeding that old wolf because you haven't took the time, the chance. You're not taking the chance to sit down and do it. Not putting out videos. Stop putting out videos. Have a seat. Everybody in the circle. There's a summit coming up in February in Dallas, Texas. That's where we sit and we meet and we get things together. All right. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Let me pull this up. Again. Whoops. And the patient in spirit is better than. Hold on. That's a demon dog. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resisteth, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. A fool is 1 Samuel 13:13. Person that don't keep the law, that's a fool. Gotta be patient. And don't be hasty in thy spirit to be angry. That's that old man. That's that old man that gets angry because they don't want to deal with it, man. They think they're right. They proud. That old man is proud. You gotta come to the table with your new man and stop being oppressed. Be around your brothers, man. Like I said, like Yahweh said, man, Ecclesiastes 7:8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. Because at the beginning it was crazy. The sooner we get to the end of things and everything together, that's better. Better is the end of it. That way we can come together. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Off time. Off time. Say that off time. So we're gonna get to Sabbath service. We're about to get to these prayers. All right. Hey, y'all remember, pay attention to the monologue in the beginning of the video always. The monologue is very important. It leads to everything else, okay? Now we're about to go into prayers. Amadi and Pani Russell. That means everybody face east. All right, everybody. Or flat on your face. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah, worse than this. All right, this is Yahweh Shai's prayer. Found in the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 9 to 13. And it goes, Abinawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakukar, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ratazak, Kahayah, Bashemaya, now come, call your one, Wasalakina, Kabawakina, Kasalakina, Kabawakina, Baba'a, Wnawa, Inside one, Abo, Shina, Rai, Kaya, Maka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Parata, Lamia, Hashim, Yahshua, Mashiach, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy kingdom come, thy will be done, here on earth, as it is in heaven, Give us this day, our daily bread, forgive us, our debts, we forgive, our debtors, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever, amen. Hashem, Yahushai, Mashiach, Mashiach. Hashem, Yahushai, Mashiach. All right. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house. They will still be praising thee. Say, wow. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose Alahai is Yahweh. I will extol thee, my Alahaya, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is Yahweh, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy works to another, and shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty, and of thy wondrous works, and men shall speak of thy might, of thy terrible acts, and I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, and shall sing of thy righteousness. Yahweh is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. Yahweh is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Yahweh, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom, and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, and his glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy domain endureth throughout all generations. Yahweh upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest thy hand, and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways, and holy in all his works. Yahweh is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry, and will save them. Yahweh preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. My mouth shall speak of the praises of Yahweh, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. But we will bless the Yahweh for this time forth and forevermore. Hallelujah. 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 Bahashem. Yahushai. Mashiach. Amen.
This is the first three prayers of the Amada, Amawah, Barak, Atah, Yahweh, Alahayinawa, Alahayah, 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 Abraham, Alahayah, Tzadkat, Walahayah, Yahuwah, Allah, Shaddai, Allah, Hayun, Gabon, Kasayim, Barak, Atah, Yahweh, Magan, Abraham, Warwa, Yahweh, Abraham, Yahweh, Makaya, Matayam, Yawama, Kodok, Lakar, Malak, Hawalam, Yah, Yah, Pak, Hawaya, Portion, Hawaya, Washington, Call, Rock, Yahweh, Allah, bless you, Yahweh, our Father, our Abraham, our Isaac, our Jacob, Almighty power, Shaddai, so his mercy, bless you, Yahweh, of Abraham, Almighty Yahweh, forever, Yahweh. Who sees the dead? Who is compared with you? King eternity, who calls death, he is life. Bless you, Yahweh, gives life, to the dead. You are holy, Yahweh, your name is in the Holy One, every day, praise forever. Bless you, Yahweh, power of hope. Shine, shine, shine. Book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 1. It's about the Psalms, so it's about Shabbat day. It is a good thing to give thanks unto our sing praise unto the Most High. Show forth thy loving kindness and faithfulness. On an instrument of 10 strings, psaltery upon the harp, solemn sound. Thou, Yahweh, hast been glad by triumph by power. How great are thy works, and thou hast British man knoweth not, neither do a fool understand it. And the wicked spring as the grass, when all the workers of it break. It is that they shall be destroyed forever. Thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thy enemies, Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt like I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desire of my enemy. My ears shall hear my desire that rise up. Righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. It shall grow like a cedar of Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish towards the part Alahaya. They shall still bring forth fruit of an old age. They shall be fat. Show that Yahweh is upright, my rock, so righteousness. Hallelujah. 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 Hashem. Hashem. Shad. Shad. Shad.
All right, those were the prayers. The water for listening. All right. Our brother's moving up in the spirit of Yahweh. So he got to do some prayers today. And that's a good thing. Yahweh see fit that, you know, brothers move up in the spirit. You know what I mean? They start to read to him and he start to listen to their voice. It's a good thing. All right. Time to read. It's time to go into Torah portion deep divers. Y'all, we're gonna be in Exodus by next week. The book of Exodus is gonna be fly, man. Gonna be sharing all kind of stuff, man. Y'all gonna see a Mashiach how shy all through that place. Watch. So we're gonna start at Genesis 47 and verse 28. That's what we're gonna start today. Torah portion is gonna be lit like always. It's always something new, always something we're learning. It's always showing you precept upon precept. We're always going there and breaking things down for y'all. This is the best place to be to get scripture upon scripture upon scripture to keep, you know what I'm saying, from the top to the bottom and to learn these things and get a thorough breakdown, and no vague interpretations. Okay, no vague interpretation and thorough breakdowns. All right, verse chapter 47, verse 28. All right. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. So the whole age of Jacob was 147 years. He was 147 years old. And the time drew nigh that Israel must die. And he called his son Joseph and said unto him, If now I have found grace in thy sight, put, I pray thee, thy hand over my thigh, and deal kindly and truly with me. Bury me not, I pray thee, in Egypt, but I will lie with my fathers, and thou shalt carry me out of Egypt, and bury me in their burying place. And he said, I will do as thou hast said. And he said, Swear unto me. And he sware unto him. And Israel bowed himself upon the bed's head. When he passed over, he gave up the ghost. Naturally. He didn't die of any crazy disease, cancer, like we do today because of all the food is cursed. All this food is cursed, man. But who's Joseph today? Any of my soldiers in the back. Who's Joseph today? Khan. Manasseh and Ephraim. Who's Manasseh? Cuban. And who's Ephraim? Caribbean. Khan. That's who they are. You can't stop that. That's the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. All right. So we got to finish off with Kasharad, the Bar Yahweh, Anaya Shai, but not Shemai. All that Yahweh said, what we doing here. So now, here, finish that. ginger, lemon, honey, and cayenne pepper.
Honey.
Ooh, did it yesterday. I just said cayenne pepper. Mhm. All right, this is Genesis chapter 48, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, Behold, thy father is sick. And he took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And one told Jacob and said, Behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared unto me, right? At Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me, and said unto me, Behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee, and I will make of thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to thy seed after thee, for an everlasting possession. And now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee in Egypt, are mine, as Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. And thy issue, which thou begettest after them, shall be thine, right? And shall be called after thy name of their brethren in their inheritance, which will be Israel, right? Let me see something. So when it says in verse 6, and thy issue, which thou beget after them, issue is in the Strong's 41:38, all right? So let's go there, share the screen, because a lot of people are going to see that. And he said issue like he was talking about, seat of copulation and stuff like that, which I'm gonna prove to you. And thy issue is talking about an offspring. Kindred, nativity, born, begotten, issue, nativity. Watch kindred, birth, offspring, relatives. Kindred, birth, circumstances of birth, one born, begotten, issue, offspring, female, offspring. So when it says in Genesis 48:6, and thy issue which thou begettest after them, right? The issue is talking about, and thy offspring which thou begettest after them shall be thine, right? And shall be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance. So that became to first of Manasseh and Ephraim being an inheritance, getting an inheritance, and being Israel, like he's Israel's son. You know what I mean? Not Joseph, but it's Joseph's sons, but Israel as well. And as for me, let me go back. Verse 7. And as for me, when I came from Padan, Rachel died by me in the land of Canaan, in the way, when yet there was but a little way to come into um, to Ephrath, and I buried her there in the way of Ephrath. The same is Bethlehem. And Israel, behold, Joseph, let's look that up real quick. I want to see what that means. Ephrath, the same as Bethlehem, but let's see what Ephrath means. Araphath Ashib, a place of fruitfulness, a place near Bethel where Rachel died and was buried, another name for Bethlehem, wife of Caleb. Perhaps of Ephraim, also of an Israelitish woman. This means Israelite. Okay. Verse 8. And Israel beheld Joseph's sons and said, who are these? And Joseph said unto his father, they are my sons, whom God hath given me in this place. And he said, bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them, and embraced them. And Israel said unto Joseph, I had not thought to see thy face, and lo, God hath shewed me also thy seed. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. The son bowed to the father. That is very good respect. Verse 13. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand, toward Israel's left hand. All right. Joseph took them both, right? Ephraim in his right hand, toward Israel in his left hand. So Ephraim was now in Israel's left hand. And Manasseh, his left hand, right? And Manasseh in his left hand towards Israel's right hand. Now Manasseh's in the right hand, Ephraim's in the left hand, right? And brought them near unto him. And Israel stretched out his right hand. Who's in his right hand, y'all? Manasseh. And laid it upon Ephraim's head. And Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, right? Guiding his hands willingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, God which feed me all my life long unto this day, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, was bless the lads. This angel. The angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them, and the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head, which his right hand was now on Ephraim's head, unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head. And his father refused and said, I know it. He said, I know it, my son, I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but Yahweh shall be with you, and bring you again into the land of your fathers. But this is God, and it's lowercase. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but this is not Yahweh, this is the angel. This is Hamashiach Yahweh shall be with you, and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. Again, I say this again. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. So, Kal Shara, Debar Yahweh, Anaya Shawin Hashemai. All that Yahweh said, what I do in here. Now, the Most High is not going to get off his throne. And through the Spirit, we're going to show y'all that when we do Exodus. Okay? And Lord willing, I remember to come back to this, but it's going to make even a better breakdown, a thorough breakdown going into Exodus and showing you the angel. It's going to bring them into the land. Okay? Taking them out of Egypt and bringing them into the land. Okay? So I'll tell y'all right now, this is Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Excuse me. And stay with us and everything else, and this will be broken down to you. It is not the time to break this down just yet. Okay? So now we're moving into chapter 49, and this gets better. Beautiful. Okay, I tell you, beautiful. Excuse me, y'all. I got notes all up in my Bible, so give me a second. Okay, cool. Wish I had to get my notes together before I start reading. It's always a good thing. All right. Check back. So, all right, this is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Last days. Not the last days of their life, but the last days of earth. Okay? Gather yourself together, and hear ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn. All right, my might and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity in the excellency of power. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch. All right. So Reuben, right? Rubawan. Ru Ra Ra Rayuban. Rayuban in the Hebrew. Rayuban means behold a son. All right. Rathwaban. All right. Today will be the Seminole Indians, first tribe to be born. Seminole Indians out of Florida. Okay. Now, verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. All right. They have the same mother. My soul, come not thou into their secret. Unto their assembly, my honor be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self will they digged down a wall. Right? Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. All right? So let's go to who they are today. This is Simeon and Levi. Levi today, Loya. Levi, you can catch in Strong's. Let me see. You're catching Strong's H3878. Levi, meaning joined to me. So-called Haitians today, the third born. All right. Simeon, Shamawan, Simeon, so-called Dominican, second son. You can get that in Strong's H8095. All right. Now, verse 8, Judah, thou art whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? All right. Verse 10, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and until him shall the gathering of the people be. All right, this is all prophecy. I'm not telling you the prophecies. I'm just telling you who they are today. Prophecies can be at a different time, and I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to tell you who they are today. And if you want more of a breakdown of it, all you got to do is email me and contact me. We can go through the breakdown. Basically, we'll be doing a tribe chart. It's cool with me. All right. Binding his foal unto the vine, binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. If y'all was watching camp last night, y'all heard what the grapes was, and the vine and everything else. You heard what it was. Okay? So Judah, all right? Fourth tribe, Judah, fourth born son of Leah. Okay? Judah is the so-called Negroes today in America, and a lot of them that are scattered abroad. Yeah, okay, I don't want to go into too much of a breakdown. I just want to tell you who they are today. And, I'm not going to go into West Africa. I need more of an understanding about West Africa, but I'm going to deal with the ones that are here in America. I have a lot of he say, she say about this and that, but I'm going to get my own understanding and go through the scriptures and history and everything else myself. So whoever want to know, let me know. And by the time you hit me up, I would already got into it. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah, Yahweh. That's how you say Judah. Judah's in English. Yahweh is in the Paleo Hebrew. Yahweh thanks. Judah you can find in H 3063. Judah, so-called Negroes or blacks, right? Fourth son of Leah, right? Fourth son of Jacob as well. All right, verse 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea. He shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon, right? So let's see. Zebulun. And my notes are kind of smeared too at the same time. I need to get another, just to show y'all what I'm talking about. I gotta get another book. There go that demon. I don't know why they let him do that. All right, Zebulon. Zebulon, all right, dwell with me. Zebulon, Guatemala, Panama, El Salvador, and Honduras. All right, 10th tribe. You can catch it in Strong's 2074. Sixth son of Leah. 10th tribe, but sixth son of Leah. Okay. Chapter 14. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. And he saw the rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. All right? Yahishakar, Issachar, he is my hire. So-called Mexicans today, south of the border, 9th tribe, 6th son of Leah, second after Judah. Okay, my little brother. Cool. So, verse 16, Dan. Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that biteth the horse's heels, so that his rider shall fall backwards. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. All right? Dan means God hath judged me. All right? And you can catch that in Strong's H 1835, meaning strike, first son of Bala. Fifth tribe, first son of Bala, which is one of the handmaids. All right? All right. Now, verse 19. Gad, a truth shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the least. Out of Asher, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Right? Gad, mean a troop. God in the Hebrew. Not G-O-D, but God. That's how you say it, God, but G-A-D. So-called North American Indians. You can catch it in Strong's H, 14 and 10. We're showing you that the North American Indians, it's not going to be in the Strong's. That's what you call geological locations, and you can start doing the geological locations based off of Genesis 49 and Revelations chapter 7. Okay, Gad, a troop, so-called North American Indians. All right, seventh son of Jacob, Leah, handmaid, Zilpah, first son. Okay. Okay. Verse 20. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Asher. Asher, meaning happy. Asher, Colombia, Uruguay, Brazil. Okay. Okay, cool. Verse 21, Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth godly words. Okay. Naphtali, my wrestling. Argentina, Chile, sixth son of Jacob, second son of Bala, the handmaid. Right? All right. Joseph is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by a well, whose branches run over the wall. Joseph, the Lord shall add to me another. Right? Joseph will be Manasseh and Ephraim. All right. Joseph is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by a well, whose branches run over the wall. The archers have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. But his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty Yahweh of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Even by the God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that layeth under, blessings of the breast and of the womb. The blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of the progenitor, unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. Benjamin, right? Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel. So Benjamin, Banyamyam, son of the right hand, West Indians, right? Jamaicans. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel. Hold on. That's our little brother. Just know what that is. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is it that their father spake unto them and blessed them. Every one according to his blessings he blessed them, and he charged them and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephraim the Hittite, Ephron the Hittite. Ephron the Hittite. In the cave that is in the field of Machfla, excuse me, in the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for a possession of a burying place. You can go to Genesis 23 and 16, that precept for that. There they buried Abraham and Sarah, his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah, his wife. And there I buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his son, he gathered up his feet unto the bed and yielded up the ghost, and was gathered unto his people. He yielded up the ghost. He died on his own. Okay. Kal Shara, Debar Yahweh, Anayashai, Wanashema. Although Yahweh said, what are we doing here? This is chapter 50. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. And the physicians embalmed Israel. And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are for so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 60 days. That was 70 days Egypt mourned. And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die, and my grave which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan, there shalt thou bury me. Now therefore, let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again. Pharaoh said, Go up and bury thy father, according as he had made thee swear. And Joseph went up to bury his father. And with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, and all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, and his father's house. Only their little ones, and their flocks, and their herds, they left in the land of Goshen. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan. And there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. Israelites is 7 days of mourning. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, This is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. Wherefore the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. And his son did unto him according as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham bought with the field for a possession of a burying place of Ephron the Hittite before Mamre. And Joseph returned into Egypt, and he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father, after he had buried his father. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespasses of thy brethren and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespasses of the servants of God, of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him, and his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of Yahweh. But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass at is this day, to save much people alive. Now therefore fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house. And Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation. The children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you, and bring you out of this land unto the land which he sware to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Prophecy right here. You also go to Hebrews 11 and 22 of the same one. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and he shall carry up my bones from hence. And ye shall carry up my bones from hence. Exodus 13 and 19. You can go there. So Joseph died being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. All right, bones carried out of Egypt. Kal Shara, Debar Yahweh, Anayashar, and Ashemai. All that Yahweh said, what are we doing here? So now it's about to get good because now it's saying that Joseph took, in verse 25, and Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. Yahweh is going to visit him by his angel, which is Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, which was an angel at the time. And I'm going to prove all things. Like I said over here, Salah. So when we went over here and said, in Genesis 48 and 21, and Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but God shall be with you and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. That is going what? Through the Red Sea and taking them into the land of the land the Most High gave them. So there's going to be a God that takes them over there. There's going to be a God that takes them over there. And that God right there is Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and I'm going to prove all things. Because right now, we're about to go into the book of Exodus after that, and that's going to be next week. And I'm going to show you through the Spirit of Yahweh that God right there is Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. All right? And with that, I pass it on to the soldier to do the prophets.
All right, shalom, shalom. We're gonna go to First King 2, verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man. All right, so King David, it's time for King David, saying saying to pass away. So he's telling his son, King Solomon, all right, that he's going to, shew himself a man, right? And keep your charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments, and his judgments and his testimonies, as is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whatsoever thou turnest thyself. Or so he's telling King Solomon, you got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Or so it's even showing that saying through King David all the way down that people that they were told to keep the commandments of the Most High. All right. Verse 4, that the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, that thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth, with all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne of Israel. Moreover, thou knowest also what Joab the son of Zeruiah did to me, and what he did to the two captains of the host of Israel, unto Abner the son of Ner, and to Amasa the son of Jether, whom he slew, and he shed the blood of war in peace, and put the blood of war upon his girdle, and that was about his loins, and his shoes that were on his feet. Do therefore according to thy wisdom, and let not his head go down to the grave in peace, but shew kindness unto the sons of Barzali, the Gileadite, and let them be of those that eat at thy table. So they came to me when I fled, because Absalom thy brother. And behold, thou hast with thee Shemila son of Gera, a Benjamite of Baraham, which cursed me with a grievous curse in the day when I went to Menahem. But he came down to meet me at Jordan, and I swear to him by the Lord, saying, I put him not guiltless, for thou art a wise man, and knowest what thou oughtest to do unto him. But his whorehead bring thou down to the grave of blood. So David slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David. And the days that David reigned over Israel 40 years, 7 years reigned he in Hebron. Just like it. In the days David reigned over Israel were 40 years, 7 years reigned he in Hebron, and 30 and 3 years reigned he in Jerusalem. All right, so he reigned over Israel for 40 years, right? And then he reigned 7 years in Hebron, and then he reigned 33 years in Jerusalem. Okay. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly. Right? So his father, before he died, he told him to do, say what he had to do to the people that did wrong, or to King David. Okay. So now we're gonna go to the gospel in John 13:1. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. All right, this is John chapter 13, verse 1. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. All right, so it's the time that, Saint Yahweh Shai has to, die for his people. And it's talking about how he loved the people that, saying that was in that world. Saying he loved them to the end. And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Issacharite, Simon's son, to betray him, right? Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he was come from God and went to God, right? So now the devil, knowing that it's time, he put that spirit into Judas to betray Yahushua, right? He rises from supper and laid aside his garments and took a towel and girded himself. After that, he pours water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Then cometh he to Simon Peter, and Peter saith unto him, Lord, doest thou wash my feet? You know what I'm saying? Simon asked him, why are you washing my feet? Jesus answered and said unto him, what I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. He said, whatever I'm doing right now, you're not going to understand it right now. Or you're going to understand it later on. All right. Peter saith unto him, thou shalt never wash my feet. Jesus answered him, if I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. Simon Peter saith unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Jesus saith unto him, he that is washed needeth not, save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit. And ye are clean, but not all. For he knew who should betray him. Therefore said he, ye are not all clean. So, like Yahweh Shai said before, man, he speaks in parables. So he's telling them, saying, who was it that asked Simon Peter, saying, asked him, saying, not just my feet, but my hands and my head. And he was like, if I wash your feet, you're clean with all, but not all of you are clean. Or because he knows who's going to betray him. Verse 12. So after he had washed their feet and had taken his garments and was set down again, he said unto them, know ye what I have done to you? Ye call me master and Lord, and ye say, well, for so I am. If then your Lord and master have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. Right? So he's saying, you call me master, you call me Lord, right? You call me your savior, and I washed your feet. This man of high stature has washed their feet. That means you got to wash each other's feet too, right? Because if Yahweh Shai can do it, if Yahweh Shai can wash his disciples' feet, then anyone else can wash each other's feet, right? For I have given you an example that you should do as I have done to you. All right, Yahweh Shai was given an example of meekness and humbleness, right? Humility. All right. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither is he that is sent greater than he that sent him. If ye know these things, happy are ye if ye do them. I speak not of you all I know whom I have chosen, but that the scripture may be fulfilled. He that eateth bread with me hath lifted up his heel against me. Now I tell you before it come, that when it is come to pass, ye may believe that I am he. Right? So Yehoshua, he's just showing meekness and humility, right, and being humble towards his disciples, man. And just giving them an example before he leaves, how you're supposed to treat one another. All right.
This is the Aliyah now. It is our duty to praise the Master of all, to ascribe greatness to the author of creation, who has not made us like the nations of the lands, nor placed us like the families of the earth, who has not made our portion like theirs, nor our destiny like all their multitudes, for they worship vanity and impudence, and pray to a God who cannot save. But we bow in worship and thank the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One. Blessed be he who extends the heavens, establishes the earth, whose throne of glory is in the heavens above, and whose power's presence in the highest of heights. He is our God. There is no other. Truly he is our King. There is none else. As it is written in the Torah, he shall know, take to heart this day, that Yahweh is our hand, heaven above, and on the earth below. There's no other. Hallelujah. 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 Hashem. Hashem. Hamashiach. Hamashiach. Shema Yahshua Yahweh Yahweh Echad Shema Yahshua Yahweh Yahweh Echad Shema Yahshua Yahweh Echad Yahweh Echad Shema Yahshua Yahweh Elohim Echad. There's where God wants.
The Ten Commandments, love him, how Yah, how Aika, Ashura, Ashura, God, Barakazah, Barakazahim, Barakiyam, Ba'a, Haya, Laka, Haya, Kar, Yah, Ba'a, Ta'asha, Ka, So, Ba'a, Ta'adam, Ba'a, Korka, Ashun, Yahweh, Ashura, Zakar, Ayawam, Ashabath, Akadashu, Ba, Abakut, Ba, Ba'a, Barakazah, Ba'a, Shakur, Takabad, Call, Ashura, Aika, first greatest commandments. Your Israel, Yahweh, that Yahweh, Ashura, Yahweh, thou, all that heart, soul, right? Second greatest commandments, Ra'aika, La'ah, the Kwama, La'ah, the Tar, Ath, Banya, Anka, Wa'awita, Ra'aika, Ka'ani, Yahweh. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, like Yahweh. Circle 1, Asha'ah, memorial of the woman. Now when Yahushua was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came up to him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as it sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to a purpose is this waste, when his ointment might have been sold for 300 pence, 1 year's wages, and given to the poor. When Yahushua understood, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Really I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done was so for her. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. All right, shalom.